Hello Flosstube! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim Chamberlain, the Canal Town Stitcher, and it has been a minute. So, deep breath in and out. Today is Friday, October 8th, 2021. I don't even know what Flosstube this is. 17 maybe? And it has been a while. So I apologize for all of you who have been following me and all of my new subscribers that there hasn't been any content lately, but I'm hoping to get to some of that today. So yes, it is fall here in upstate New York, and I will try to add some, I'm gonna open this window because it's really hot. Yesterday was 80 degrees. What the heck? Oh my goodness, and I almost just dropped something on all of my stitchy stuff. Yeah, so life updates. I can't even. So yeah, Grace is playing tennis. Ryan is in football, and I've been Uber driver for the last month. Every day after work. So for those of you that are new and you haven't caught up maybe on my previous videos, but I am a 3rd grade teacher. And so I basically go to work in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I get home around 4 o'clock. Immediately have to pick my daughter up from tennis, unless she has a match. And then my son gets off at 5:30. So there's really like no time in between when she gets done with tennis, which is around 4:30, and when he gets out of football, which is either 5 or 5:30, depending on the day. So then I come home, I make dinner, I check in with my other 2 kids, because I do have four total, and that has been a bit of a mess. Then it's dishes. Maybe I get to go out for a walk. On Monday nights we have scouts. On Tuesday nights we have scouts. On Friday nights we have riding lessons. The weekends have been full. We had homecoming last week, and the amount of time that I have had to actually film a Flosstube video has just dwindled away. I used to film at least once a week and do Stitch With Me videos. I'm hoping to get back into that. Grace's last tennis match is on Wednesday, the 13th. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get back to those Stitch With Me videos, because I will only have to pick up Ryan from football for 1 more week. His last game is on the 18th. And then we have a bit of a break because neither one of them are playing winter sports. So we have a bit of a break for that. Other things going on. So we've had some friends staying with us. That's been great. But a little bit more chaotic and a little noisier, because it's my best friend and her 2 girls. They just moved in with us for a short time because they were waiting for their apartment to be ready, and their apartment is ready now, so they're going to be moving in this weekend, which they only really stayed with us for about 4 weeks, but it was a minute. So, you know, they've done great, and all of our kids get along. They're all so close in age, high school, middle school kids, so it all worked out. And we had a great time, you know, hosting them, and I know that they really appreciated it. So, other than that, we've been getting ready for fall. Decorating a little bit here and there. Nothing like what some people have, but a fair amount. I'd say that it's getting to look pretty cozy in here. And so that's it. I have bought 0. So when we get to that section of the program, there's nothing in haul, because I didn't buy anything. I have hardly had any time to even peruse anything, like to even look. So like I saw what came out for Expo in August, and that's really all that I've seen. I haven't really like had time to like really look at anything. I do have the Readly app. So if you don't have that, it's a really great app where you can actually it's $12.99 a month, and it's a magazine subscription to hundreds of magazines, but I really only look at 3. Just Cross Stitch, The World of Cross Stitch, and Cross Stitcher magazine. There's some fabulous magazine titles in there, and they date back several years. The World of Cross Stitch is a UK magazine, and they have really great patterns, and a lot of Erin Condon's designs are in those magazines. So if you really like Erin Condon, who is Stitchrovia, I think. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I think that she's Stitchrovia on Etsy. I'll look into that because I don't want to misspeak. But all of her designs, a lot of them are in those magazines. I'm sorry if I sound like I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to edit this because I just don't have time. And so if I sound weird, I'm sorry. So, this is a channel about cross stitch for those of you who don't know. I do have a crochet. I do have a crochet whip that I will show today. Yeah. I feel a little bit like I'm kind of like grasping for air. It's just been so busy. This week was so long, even though it was only 4 days for my students. But I did have a full work day today. So it just feels like it's been a long week and I'm just ready for the weekend. I think that's really what I'm going to sum it up as. Like a little bit of brain fog from just being really busy. I can't even remember what I said I was going to work on in the month of September. I did say I wasn't going to start anything new, and I didn't. I did not start anything new. Except for this crochet piece, because it's for a baby shower. So that's why I started this. After a long pause, there was a teenager walking up to the house. One of mine. But it's still weird, like recording videos. I think she's in the garage. Anyways, I did not start anything new in the month of September, and I said I wasn't going to, so I didn't. I did work on projects that I wanted to finish, but I didn't finish a single thing. So there. I said I was going to work on things and finish them, and I didn't finish anything. Although, you are going to be so proud of me. So proud of me when you see what I did work on. Because it's incredible and it's amazing and I'm really proud of it. Okay. Weird. The teenager just walked back out of the garage and around towards the front door. Okay. I digress. So what should I show first? Well, let's talk about my crochet. For those of you that don't know, I knit, crochet, cross stitch, I sew, I've done some quilting, I bake. I don't do as much cooking anymore as I used to, even though I still like it. interruption, my friends, was a stink bug who seemed to think that because it's getting colder outside that they can come in like a regular house guest and make themselves at home. And the only thing I have to combat them is a vacuum cleaner, and that's coming out after I'm done with all this. Or I'll have my son Ryan do it because he's actually super tall and I can't reach the edge of the ceiling because I'm short. I'm only 5'5", and he is 6 feet tall. So he might be getting out the vacuum cleaner and going along the edge of the ceiling because that seems to be where they're traveling the most. Anyhow, I've been crocheting since maybe 2003, 2004. And there's a funny story behind that. So in 2004, by the way, I was 26 years old. My sister taught me how to crochet. She is not a crafty person, but she learned how to crochet. She actually taught me how to quilt too, which is very strange because I was always craftier than she was, but she somehow learned how to craft and crochet before I did. So anyhow, Melissa is a left-handed person. So she taught me how to crochet, but she couldn't really teach me how to do it like her way because she's a lefty and I'm right-handed. So I kind of crochet a different way. It's still beautiful, but it's not like the way I see a lot of people crocheting. It's very different, actually. So the colors of the nursery for this baby shower, and I know that she is not watching this video because none of my coworkers know I even have a Flosstube. And if they do, they haven't said anything. So I'm pretty certain that I can show this. So her colors are gray and yellow. So I'm doing this blanket in white, gray, and yellow, and I'm using a mix. So I super, super, super love the Karen Simply Soft yarn. I've used it for a ton of baby blankets that I've crocheted. It is soft, it's silky, and it's really, really pretty when it's crocheted up. So this I'm doing in a moss stitch. But it's not a traditional moss stitch because I did it wrong. It's okay. I can admit it that I make mistakes, but I have to keep going with it because too much of it is done and it doesn't look bad. So I'm just going to continue on. Nobody will know. She's not going to know. So I am about just shy of a third of the way done with this. So here it is. Actually, let me turn it around so that you're looking at this side there. So here it is. It's beautiful. It is gray, yellow, and white. She does not know what she's having, so I decided to do most of it in the white. So when if she has a girl, it won't look too much like a boy blanket. Because I think the colors, well, are a little bit boy-y, but I know why she chose them. So anyways, there it is. And like I said, she's not going to know that I'm doing it wrong. I know I'm doing it wrong, but she doesn't need to know that. So there's my first whip, and it is crochet. So last month, I said I was going to come on in a week and tell you what I had accomplished within that week. And I never came back. So I have a lot of cross-stitch whips that I need to show you. And I'm going to start with the two that were last month, August Whip Go projects. So August Whip Go, I had Hello Pumpkin by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I think it was Little Dove Designs Adjust Your Sales, and I was excited because I was going to start that, but I didn't. Oh no, that was September's webcomic goal. Oh my goodness. Let me look. I have to figure this out. All right, Hello Pumpkin and International Santas, which I did finish those that month. September's were Little Dove Designs, Adjust Your Sales, and Any Country Cottage Needleworks, which I did. I did not do Adjust Your Sales, and I'm looking for a pen right now, which is, oh, there's one. Reach over, just so that I can cross that off, because I did do the Country Cottage Needleworks for 10 hours, and I can show you that one. This month's with WIPGO projects, by the way, for October are Gingham Greetings 2 for 5 hours and Hello Dear. So they were numbers 5 and 11. And I have decided I am not going to start Hello Dear because I said I wasn't going to start Hello Dear until I had Hello Pumpkin done, and it is not done. So I don't really want to start Hello Dear until I have Hello Pumpkin completed. So you'll get to see where both of those are today. And since I did not start Little Dove Designs Adjust Your Sales because I said I wasn't going to start anything new in September unless I finished something, and I didn't finish anything, I think that I can move that actually, because number 9 is Finish the Halloween Raccoon, and that one is, I'm on the back stitching for that, so that one will be done, I think, before too long. So I might move something else into that spot. And I'm still working on my 25/7 piece too, which I'll get to in a minute. So let me show you Hello Pumpkin. So Hello Pumpkin, I do not have a cover for, but I will insert a picture of it here for you. And this is where I am. So I actually got a lot done in the month of August when this was called for WIPGO. And I really only have, like, I started working on the mushroom, so there's the mushroom there. And I really only have, I don't know, the tree and just a few more, like some motifs like in here. And then the tree and then the pumpkins. I think there's pumpkins and a mushroom at the bottom. And then all the grass. It's really not that much. Like, all the little motifs take very little time. So if I really just sat down and worked on this, I think I could get this done before the end of the month. But I love it. It is coming out so great. I cannot wait to have it done. I'm doing this on 28 count vintage smoky white with all the called for DMCs. I didn't make any changes to the colors. All right, so then the second one was the International Santas. I've already shown that. So let's go on to the Any Country Cottage Needleworks, and I think I'm gonna have to get up for this one because I don't think it's in my basket. I think it's over here on my dresser. Hang on a second. All right, so yes. This is a Christmas gift for my daughter. I started it during WIPGO, and I only had this measly, oh my goodness, this measly little start. So this is Afternoon in New York. It is by Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm doing this on 25 count vintage Stormy Night. I had to think about that. I am using all the called for colors for this. And here it is. So before, all I had done was just these two little clouds. So I have the taxi done, the building done. I need to fill in the light. I do have all the colors for that. I don't have all the colors for the fire hydrant, that's why that's not done. And I don't have the tree trunk color either, so that's why that's not done. But I am working on the Empire State Building right now, and it looks gorgeous. Super excited about this. So I definitely met my goal in September for this one. It looks beautiful. And that will be for Grace for Christmas. I did Afternoon in Paris for her last year. And in the same sized fabric, so they will be a matching size. She's gonna love that. She's got a very Parisian and New York City feel to her bedroom. So, okay. So those were those two WIPCO projects. So for these WIPCO projects for October, Gingham Greetings, let me pull that out for you so you can see where I am on that. I am doing on 25 count black Lugana. And this has been my nemesis for a while, which is why I haven't really worked on it much. Because somewhere in here, you're going to see, I made a mistake. So I've got to go back and check it out and see where I made it. But here it is so far. Oh, let me show you the picture actually. Might be helpful if I actually showed you the pattern. So there's the pattern right here. This is the one I'm working on. I already finished this one. I did this one on gingerbread. So this is the one I'm working on right now. So, and this is where I am. Now I can show you where I am. I am doing this with 3865 and all the called for DMCs. I decided not to spend the extra money on the Classic Colorworks for this one. So that's my starting point for that one. And then I think what I'm gonna do, since I'm not gonna do Hello Dear, because I changed my mind, because I don't want to do that until the other one's done. Two more children are leaving the house. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
What are you doing?
Wait. No, we're going to Owen's house.
Okay, so what are you doing? Why are you in the car?
We're cleaning the handlebars. He's grabbing a napkin so he can clean off the handlebars of his scooter.
You always have to know what they're doing all the time. Okay, so I think
I'm not that good, so we're gonna have to go to slow pace, okay?
if you're watching this, I did not edit it out. I have no plans to edit this video.
Very quick.
Huh?
Yeah, that thing is pretty. You get my scooter. No, leave that there. No, because we're gonna get my scooter and then on the way up, you can ride your scooter and I can ride mine.
So, I want to stitch nothing but Halloween this month. Except for Gingham Greetings too. Because that will be my first bingo thing whip go. They're leaving now. Adam! Adam! Where's your helmet? That's better. So I think I'm going to do a Halloween piece instead. And put that in for Hello Dear. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to pick a Halloween piece today while I go through my whips that I can work on. I'm just writing Halloween something in this box because I don't know what I'm going to do yet. All right. So let's talk about my 25/7 project. So my 25/7 project is a project that I work on 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week, which I have not done this month. I mean, I've worked on this a lot, but not consistently. So by rights, it probably would be almost done if I had been able to work on it 25 minutes every day, but I just haven't been able to with my schedule. So this weekend, I do plan to put in a couple of hours on this. So that will at least buy me up maybe 4 days. I have to look at the road because we live in the country and we live on a very rural road, but cars drive really fast on it. And my son and his friend, like my son's friend literally lives across the street down one house. But because the cars go so fast on this road, like I have to be like worried about him the whole time, even though it only takes him about maybe 5-ish, 6 minutes from driveway to driveway. Anyway, so I try to work on this at least 25 minutes a day, but I can't always. So it's still my 25/7 piece. But it is trudging along at a very nice pace. I'm very happy with my progress, and it will be done well before Christmas. So that is a big plus. But I am working on Peace on Earth. This is by Cottage Garden Samplings. I saw this and had to have it. I'm doing this in all the called for DMCs because it is Gentle Arts. Every single color is Gentle Arts, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I didn't feel like spending $30 on just floss. So I am doing it in all DMC. And this is coming along so well. So happy with this. My needle is still in it from where I left off the other day. Hopefully that won't mess it up too much showing it to you. So here I am. Oh my gosh, doesn't it look gorgeous? As you can see, I am working on the house, which is going to be the most work out of all of it because it's such a big piece and it's a lot of stitching, but I'm on the home stretch. So this will absolutely be done by Christmas, And I cannot wait until it is. It's beautiful. So beautiful. So there's my 25/7. I don't even remember. I know that I heard it from Michelle Bendy Stitchy is the one that I heard it from, and I don't remember who she said she heard it from that was doing it. But I know that Crystal Rowe does it as well, and I love Crystal Rowe. I think I spoke her up a whole bunch in a ton of my videos because I just love her. I have to catch up on her this weekend because I haven't watched her in a while. But I love her. She makes me happy. All right, so what else have I worked on? Well, a lot of other things. So I don't have like tremendous progress on everything that I've worked on, but I do have some progress on everything that I've worked on. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is the work that I did on Flea Market Flowers. This is by Lori Holt and Bee in My Bonnet. It's so Emma. There's the pattern. It is well bent because it was in the bottom of this bag. It isn't a project bag, but I can't help it. I love this, and I started over here, and I completed this, and now I am on this section. So let me show you. This is on all the called for fabric with the called for DMCs. I'm not changing anything. And this is where I am. So hang on. I tried to do the stitch along for this. Yeah, that lasted about 1 minute back in June. This is a lot of stitching, guys. It's beautiful, and it's going to be large, and it's going in my craft room when I'm done. But it's a lot of stitching. So I finished this flower and did this box since my last video. It looks great, though. It looks amazing. I'm really happy with it. I'm excited to work on it. It's one of those ones that I can work on in the car because it's on 25 count, so it's really easy to see the holes. All right, next I worked on Night Flight by the Prairie Schooler. I love this for Halloween. I can't wait to have this one done. This only has like 3 colors, guys. I'm doing this on 32 count Patriots Brew. I don't know who that's, Zweigert maybe. It's got the orange stripe. Whoever has the orange stripe. Anyhow, there I am. I did make a mistake on this. I have no idea how I made the mistake, but I did. Anyways, you'll never know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Somehow, I'm getting a low battery line. I just plugged it in. Somehow, I messed up on the number of spaces. I don't know how I messed up on the number of spaces, but somehow I did. And I don't remember how I discovered it either. Anyway, there it is. So it's really coming along nicely, and I love it. I've discovered a love for Belfast linen, so almost everything that I order now is in Belfast, which comes in 32 count. I love it. Okay. The next one is Potion, Spells, and Brews. Or Potions, Brews, and Spells. I'm sorry. Said that wrong. This is by Lewis Henderson of Cherished Stitches. It is in the 2016 Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch. I did not print this in color, but it's basically gray on gray anyways in the picture. So it says Potions, Brews, and Spells. I'm doing this whole top part as is. I'm skipping the alphabet because the piece of fabric I'm working on, which is Fiber on a Whim Plum, I didn't get enough of it. And then I'm going to finish with the bottom, hopefully as is. And so here is my progress on that. So the last time I only had just the top done and a side, and I finished this side and all around here. So now I'm going to be working on the inside of this. Going forward, I'm stitching this with $37.99, which is the called for DMC floss. This was supposed to be stitched on Dolphin by Weeks Dye Works, but I like the purple. I think it's super cool. I think it's going to look very spooky and Halloween-y. All right. I've also worked on this, which is Trick or Treat Banner. It was in a copy of the Keepsake magazine by Better Homes and Gardens. And this is the one that you guys are going to be so proud of me because I have not worked on it. This is my oldest whip since I started stitching again. And here he is. So as you can see, I have started, so I finished the whole bottom. That wasn't done. It's whole foot, whole bottom. And I started to do some of the back stitch on the candy. So I decided that I'm only going to do the back stitch on the things that I think it needs it for. And that would be like the candy pieces. And maybe like his like fingers and toes. Just so that you can kind of see them. But everything else I don't think I'm going to be doing any back stitching on because I think that it's detailed enough that you can see the differences. So he's going to be ready to go in a frame very soon. Very soon. All right. Sadly, I have not worked on Halloween Quaker since we spoke last. I have not worked on any of these since we spoke last. It's just been a busy month. My people. I did design a new design and post it into my Etsy shop. So if you want to go onto my Etsy shop, I do have 5 designs there. It is Canal Town Stitchery on Etsy, and I have designed more than 5, but there's only 5 posted. So the newest one is called Pumpkin Spice, and I think it's like one of my favorites. All right. I believe that's it for this month. Besides working, I did work a little bit on just folding the cheese for my husband, but I think it's in the car. I sort of lost it. I took it to my sister's when I went to visit her last month, and I haven't seen it since. I don't think I left it at her house. Anyways, that's really all I've worked on. So now, let's talk about plans because I have no haul. I know. It's almost Christmas time. I've got to get my butt moving. I do have some Christmas stitching that I need to do, that I need to start. So those are going to be like coming up soon. But I really want to stitch Halloween in the month of October, so I'm really not going to be stitching anything but Halloween unless it's a 25/7 piece in the month of October. So that means I'm going to be working on my Halloween Quaker, which, by the way, I still love. I am doing this in all the called for colors. This is on 32 count Belfast linen in the color Murky by Picture This Plus. So this is definitely on my list. In fact, that's on my weekend list this week because I really want to work on that. I'm also going to be working on the Trick or Treat banner because I want to finish the raccoon. The potions, brews, and spells I am going to work on. And then I have a couple. I bought two Little Dove Needleworks, actually, Halloween samplers that I'd like to start. And then I also, from the 2021 cross stitch magazine, I printed Hocus Pocus Everybody Focus. So I'm gonna do this one. You can sort of see it there. I need coffee to focus is what it says. Hocus Pocus, I need coffee to focus. Doing that. And then I also did this one from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm ready. I think I have everything I need for this one. The Happy Owlween. Owlween. This is also in the 2021 Just Cross Stitch magazine for Halloween. I love that one. It's an owl. And then I also have this one here, which is by Rosewood Manor. It's also in the 2021 collector's edition, and it is Blackbirds on a Pumpkin, which I can actually kind of show you what that one looks like, actually, because I actually have this one sort of in color. Oops. I want to show the chart. But I really like this one. There's something that is, it just speaks to me like in as far as fall, but there's also something like creepy about it too. I like it. So those are three that I had printed a while ago that I plan to do. And then, oh my gosh, all of a sudden a song from Hamilton creeped into my head. I do want to finish my Quirky Quakers Mythical Creatures. I do want to work on that. I'm going to finish my own design. Hang on. Which is in here. So I can show you this one. So this is Halloween sampler. It is on my Etsy shop. It's not even a good copy of it. I don't even have like the right, because I made some changes to it, but I'll just show it to you. So here's sort of what it's going to look like. You can go onto my Etsy shop and see it better because it has, there's a few changes to it. Like I added another ghost up in here and I changed the colors because I changed some of the colors because they weren't bright enough on the fabric I'm using. So which I'm using 28 count Twilight Jobelin. So this fence here is actually based on the fence that goes around a park here in Palmyra. So it says, dark and spooky moonless night, goblins rise to fright. It says, dark and spooky moonless night, ghosts and goblins rise to fright. As the wind blows through the trees, 'tis the night of Halloween. And I really like it. So this is coming out really good. So here's where I am on it. And I can kind of show you where I changed some of the colors. The changes are all updated on the new pattern that's on Etsy. But here it is. So I love the ghosts and the goblin. And I bought the 433, which is going to be the tree. So there's a big tree down here. So that's coming up next. So I'm working on this, and I'm going to finish this so that I have that as model stitched on my Etsy shop. I do come up with the poems all by myself. So there's, I mean, it's all original to me. Coming up with the poems is the easy part, actually. Coming up with the words that I want to put on it is like the easiest part. The hardest part is trying to decide then what to put around it. So I want to finish that. I can read to you the poem that I have in my pumpkin spice pattern design that is on Etsy. Remember, that's Canal Town Stitchery. So the pumpkin spice one says, as autumn leaves change and blow away, nights get cool and skies turn gray, pumpkins fill the roadside stands. Pumpkin spice is back again. And I love this one. It's super cute. I hope you guys love it as much as I do. Go check it out on Etsy. So my goal with Halloween Quaker, I know I'm never going to finish it in a month. So I guess my goal would be to like, here, let me pull it out so I can show it to you. This is by Leela's Studio, by the way. So here's the pattern. I have this done. And that done, and I started this. So I really want to finish. Is that the one I started? Why does it look so different? I don't know why it looks different. Because I'm using the called for color. But it does. I don't know. It could be just my printout is terrible. So I'm working on this right now. I have the 3 bats done. And then I think I'm going to go down and over. I'm not really sure. I might just end up going over straight across and then go down. We'll see what tickles my fancy. I love this. I also have some pieces that I want to start from Luminous Fiber Arts called Haunted. I have everything I need for that. I also have this that I want to start by Kathy Barrick. It is called Tonight is Halloween. Tonight is Halloween. Say that 3 times fast, Kim. Oh my gosh. This is a long video. It's already 50 minutes long and I feel like I'm butchering it. Alright, so this one. I have all of the materials for this. And so I'm going to get this started. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this on the called for, which is Ale by Picture This Plus. I'm going to do it on Whisper, which I really like. It's like a grayish beige color, like a greige. So I'm going to do it on that. And I do have all the called for colors ready to go. I did get my Cottage Garden samplings, number 9, but I don't have that over here to show you. And that's it. That's it. Well, 50 minutes is long enough. All right. So I am almost up to 200 subscribers, which is super cool. And when we get to 250, I will have my second giveaway, because my first giveaway happened months ago, but I only had one person participate in that giveaway, and it was a little awkward. Not because she was awkward, but because only one person participated in that giveaway. So I decided to wait until I had more subscribers before I did another giveaway. But I have a ton of stuff to give away, guys. Like, I have been a cross stitcher since 1994, when I was like 15. And so over the years, I've collected a lot of things. I have tons of patterns. I have tons of magazines, older magazines. I have fabric. I have all kinds of things that I want to give away. So when I hit 250 subscribers, I will start giveaways. And hopefully I will have giveaways for, available for the next, few months, every other week or so. Or every month, depending on how often I can post. So hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more in the way of like posting. I'm gonna go now. I have to make dinner. My daughter has a riding lesson. I hope you all have a fabulous Columbus Day weekend. Well, I shouldn't say Columbus Day because it's Indigenous Peoples Day. I just taught my class yesterday. If you haven't had the opportunity to read or look at the book Encounter by Jane Yolen, it is a great story for the other side of the tale of Christopher Columbus. It's told from the Tanos people's perspective, from the perspective of a small child who is there when Columbus lands on their land. And it is a really good story about how there's two sides to every story. I also watched a really good video with my class, and it was a homeschool video, but it was like Christopher Columbus for kids. And they did a great job talking about how some people do great things, but aren't heroes, but don't end up being a hero. So Christopher Columbus accomplished a lot of really great things that were not like seemed as a possibility in his time. But he was not a hero because he was a terrible person. And there's plenty of evidence in writing that support that he was a terrible person. Yes, he discovered the New World, he discovered America, but what he did to the people that lived here does not make him heroic. It makes him a cruel murderer in not so many terms. So while I am grateful that I have the opportunity to live in the United States and have the opportunity to be here because Columbus founded the New World and other people wouldn't have traveled here otherwise, I am still very much so aware of what my freedoms cost. I think that's all we can do is just be aware that there were costs to our freedoms and we need to acknowledge what those were. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't acknowledge the fact that we are here today, but we should definitely be acknowledging the people that were here first and everything that they lost So celebrating Columbus Day, as Columbus Day is not really a celebration, it's more so a remembrance of the people that were here and the cost that they took upon them, like took themselves, not upon themselves, but took themselves when he came here, because they offered him gifts and he decided that they were not good enough to be friends. So very important lessons for sure. Anyways, if you have a 3-day weekend, I hope that you enjoy it. If you're working in a hospital, I hope that you're somewhere safe, and that you are, you know, trying to find rest for yourself and trying to find some ways for self-care. If you work in any place that is dealing with any sort of natural disaster or any kind of tragedy, I hope that you find peace and wellness soon, and I wish you all the very best. Have a very, very blessed week, and I will hopefully see you next week. Bye now.